Hey guys, this is Oracle Daphne. My name is Beth, and I'm back today to do a quick pick a card reading. This reading is going to be applicable for all of you who want to know what's going to be your life is going to be like in a year from now. So, in a year's time, I'm looking for all the changes and all the events and all the things that might be happening for you at that time. Please note this is not a replacement for a private reading. If you'd like to get a private reading, you can book a reading with me. Please visit my website, oracledaphne.com. All the links are going to be in the description box below. I will try to also post it in the comments section as well. So this is going to be where I hold up 3 cards and you get to pick which one you resonate with, and then I'm just going to pull some other cards and see what I get. Again, this is your life a year from now. I was really inspired recently because today I'm recording. It's my 41st birthday, and it's going to be interesting to see how what changes the next year brings. So I wanted to put that inspiration out there, and let's just jump right in. First card, group 1. This is card 1, group 1. This is card 2, group 2. And this is card 3, group 3. Okay, so I have to get some things out of the way. So if you chose group 1, card 1, we have this 3 of Swords here, and I'm going to pull some other cards just to see what else we get for group 1. Again, it is what your life is going to be like a year from now. And if you don't resonate with it now, that's good. That's a good sign, because that means it hasn't come to pass yet. So if you chose group 1, I feel like there's going to be, the 3 of Swords to me is an ending. It's, breaking up with someone, it's getting a divorce, it's some sort of final ending. The thing about it is you have this Page of Wands crossing, and that to me is music. That to me is any of you who do any kind of music, whether it's going out to watch music, or if you play music, you play an instrument specifically, there's going to be some kind of change, I feel like, within your your musical career. For those of you who specifically are musicians, there's going to be some kind of change. It could be like a change within, say if you have a band, a change within that band. Like maybe you're like, okay, I want to go in a different direction musically, and the band that I'm with, has different ideas, and we're kind of at a crossroads. I feel like it's a kind of a crossroads point for most people that they're going to pass through in the next year. So a year from now, if you haven't reached a crossroads, you're going to reach a crossroads in your life of some kind, whether it's relationship related or whether it's this music thing that's related to this music thing. And again, it's specific for those of you who do play a musical instrument, have any kind of vocal abilities, or do any kind of things like with a band specifically. But for other people, the crossroads point is, there's going to be some sort of ending in a relationship that is going to bring about a new relationship. So you're going to, if you're in a relationship at this time, that relationship is going to end. There's going to be some kind of new relationship that comes in for you within a year's time. Because we have this, it's not even a tarot card, it's the Love's Offering card, as well as the 10 of Cups. And the 10 of Cups is, one of the sex cards. It's also a card about romance. It's, so to me, this is like having a new partner. Now, some of you, you might not even might not be one of those people that wants to get into a long-term relationship. It might not be a long-term relationship that you get into. You might just end up having a new boyfriend or girlfriend or someone in your life that's a partner. Because it's an offering, I do feel like some of you are going to, like, someone's going to ask you to get married. Some of you, it's getting asked out, getting asked to get engaged, some kind of romantic proposal. That's what I'm seeing. It's a proposal of some sort. You might feel in a year's time stuck in some way. And I'm not sure, you know, we have this Eight of Swords later down the line. And to me, that's your attitude. That's your perspective. In a year's time, you might feel like limited in some way, stuck in some way, held back in some way. It's not like you're actually being held back. It's just this feeling of being held back. Now, I used to get this card a lot before I moved to Omaha. Obviously, I moved back from Omaha. So it's like I got this card a lot because I felt kind of damned if I did and damned if I didn't kind of thing, where I wasn't sure about outcomes. And some of you may be very focused at that time on outcomes. On like, well, if I do that, this is the way this works. If I do X, Y, and Z, what's going to be the outcome? It's like wanting a guarantee that things are going to work out. It's not necessarily being worried about things working out within a partnership, but it can be because there's a lot of strong relationship cards showing up here. So I would tell you that to focus less about the outcomes, and focus more on, okay, how am I having, like, how am I manifesting what I want? And am I going about things in a positive way? And am I getting stressed out over nothing? Am I making mountains out of molehills? Am I grateful? Am I thankful every single day for the things that I have? This to me there's a very strong like Leo vibe that I'm picking up here. The Leo vibe to me is kind of like that picky perfectionist. Things have to be exact. Things have to go exactly perfectly. And, like you can't mess up. And like, you're looking for the perfect person and you're looking for the perfect outcome. And the person that's watching for group one may be kind of stuck on having either the perfect wedding or the perfect kind of happily ever after, or whatever it is that they're focusing on, they're wanting some kind of like outcome. And it's almost a card a little bit about sabotage. So there might be a little bit of self-sabotage. Some people can't stand to be happy. Some people cannot stand to be in a positive, loving relationship. Some people, no matter what they have, they always need something else or something more. Things are not quite right. So to me, there's this element of the perfectionist here. And so my advice for this group would be to really focus on making decisions. We have this Ace of Swords. The best thing is going to be making decisions in your life, cutting out the old. A year from now, I feel like you will have decided, okay, I'm going to get out of Dodge, or I'm going to get out of this situation, or I'm going to change something in my life in order for other positive things to happen. And it's at least, the very least, going to be a shift in your perspective, but most likely the thing that's going to happen that you may not even be expecting it is that you're going to make some decisions that are going to change. You are going to make the decision. So it's like, if you're stuck at that time, you're going to say, okay, I'm going to do this in X, Y, and Z. It wasn't until I decided that I was going to go to Omaha that I got out of the thinking or worry of how is this going to happen? How am I supposed to find a job, or how am I supposed to find a place to live, or how am I supposed to make changes? Because I wasn't sure at that time. It felt like I was locked in no matter what to some kind of outcome, and I wanted control over that outcome. So for some of you, the lesson a year from now is about letting go of outcomes, or number one, or number two, making some decisions in your life regardless of the outcome, and saying, you know, I'm just going to go for it, or I'm just going to do this, or I'm going to cut this out, or I'm going to cut this out diet wise, or I'm going to say no to this person over here. Very interesting. So moving on to group 2, card 2, group 2, we got the Three of Cups. The Three of Cups is about friendships, can be third-party situations, but the friendship vibe is coming through. So there may be some kind of changes within your social circle within a year's time. A year from now, your social circle might look very different than what it looks like right now. Group 2, I feel like you, similar to group 1, the only negative card that's coming up in this spread is the card in the position of your attitude. And we have the Tower showing up there. So the thing is with group 2, the difference that I see is that you might stick to a very similar path than what you're on right now. Life actually might look very similar. Not a lot of changes. There might be a lot of positive things happening a year from now, a lot of positive financial developments. We have the Ace of Pentacles here. Getting a lot done. We've got the Chariot, being very successful, whether it's in your career or whatever it is that your business, if you have a business. You know, there's a lot of positive energy and cards here. But then we have this Tower, which to me it feels like it's a little bit like the monkey wrench. Like all of a sudden, out of the blue, something shifts, something changes. And it's coinciding with this Page of Cups. So you might not be expecting it at all. There might be a shift within I feel like this is a shift within your household. It could be a shift, a forced shift, like someone comes out of the blue and says either they want a divorce. If you've been married for some time, to me, this is children. This is, the Page of Cups can indicate a younger person. So out of the blue, they may come to you and say, okay, I'm moving out, or I'm going away to school, or I'm doing X, Y, Z. And there's some element of the unexpected with this Tower, and a shift in the way the status quo. So I can tell you that within a year, it looks to me that there's a lot of positive things, but then we have this thing coming out of the blue, which might kind of take you by surprise in some way. It doesn't actually feel that bad, but you might need some kind of time to kind of digest and recover from this event. To me, it feels more like an event, or something coming out of the blue that you're not expecting, that shifts the energy enough so that you make a change in your life in some way. My dad would say, what is it going to cost me? So I actually don't feel like in this case, because there's a lot of other positive cards and it's modified by a lot of other positive cards. I feel like whatever change may come about, whether it's within your living circumstances or with the people, I specifically feel like it is with, like someone within your household, or like with a son or a daughter, or a niece or nephew, or it could be a family member, a brother, sister. I don't feel like this is like a parent. Although it could be, I feel like this is someone that's like similar to your age, whatever age you're at. And I feel like, you know, there might be some disagreements within the family at that time. There might be some kind of conflict or issues within the family at that time. Arguments and things like that at that time. It's sort of like a little bit like the words like that want to come out. Like the spell is broken. Like if you've been living like in the same way for a long time, and we get this Tower, it feels like you can't go on living in the same way that you're living. It feels like something like the illusion or the denial or like the way you've been thinking about things is going to shift and change. It's no longer going to be like your life as you know it right now. It could even be like 8 months go by. This year may seem like pretty status quo for you. And then like, it's like, I want to snap my fingers and then we have this change. We have this, something happening that comes out of the blue, and you can't continue to live in the same way because your perspective is different. Something major is going to shift your perspective. My guide is saying that you're going to come out on top. No matter what, you're going to come out on top. We have the Two of Wands. So this might indicate buying some property, buying a house. This might indicate, the Tower can be an unexpected windfall of money too. And I pulled that, and you know, we have this King of Pentacles that came out here. So this could be like an unexpected inheritance or unexpected windfall of money where you're like, okay, well, I guess I have money to buy a house now. So you go out and you buy a house, or you do some investment in a property, or you do something that's different than what, you know, your life as you know it. Like, again, it could involve a move, a job change, but you're going to come out on top. That's what I want to say. It feels, it could be some kind of like a blessing in disguise too. Like, for whatever reason, like something happens within your household, and it kind of gives you that push to make some changes. You're like, okay, this has to stop, or this has to end of some sort. And it kind of gives you that, like, okay, you know, it's the things that piss us off that push us, you know, like, you know, when I got pissed off about my electric bill, it really pushed me to take down my channel. It pushed me to really think about, okay, where am I putting my energy? Like, do I need to apply to more jobs? Do I need to focus more on stuff? How much energy am I putting in different areas of my life? So again, your perspective is going to change 1 year from now. Like, it's, your life, again, might be very status quo for the next 7, 8, 9 months. I feel like this might come, the Tower moment might come before a year's time. That's what I want to say. And there might be some major change. Now, the Tower can also indicate, like, again, the Tower can indicate a breakup, divorce, but I feel like it represents more of like a, and it could very well be a breakup or divorce, but it feels more like an event or like a person dropping something or something that pisses you off, and you're like, okay, I'm done. I'm done with this relationship, or I'm done with this friendship, or I'm done with whatever. Like, it's something that just really pushes you to be done with something, or pushes you to make a decision, and pushes you to say, okay, I'm going to make some changes. Going on to group 3, card 3. We have the King of Swords, and to me this is a deceased loved one that's around in spirit. This to me is always a deceased loved one. Sometimes it's an air sign male, like an older air sign male, but It's usually a deceased loved one. So I'm going to see what comes up. Again, this is what's happening a year from now. Your life, how your life is going to shift and change a year from now. This group to me has more of like an emotional quality to it. More of a feeling of despair. You know, there's a lot of fear here. There's a lot of despair here. We got the Ten of Swords crowning. And then we have the Five of Pentacles as the outcome. You know, some of you that are, you know, watching for this group, excuse me. Some of you that are watching for this group might have had, I don't know, I want to say disappointments in your love life or disappointments in life. Could even be like setbacks in life and things in your life that haven't really gone, where things haven't really gone your way. That's what I want to say. And it almost feels like no matter what happens, like it's the kind of thing where it's like things might be going really well in career. You know, we have the Magician. So, you know, you might have a stable job or you might have money coming in. But for whatever reason, you don't have like a love partner. And that's the thing that you want most. Like, so it's like a lot of times the thing that we want most for whatever reason we don't have. So it seems very much like a carrot. Like this group, I would say this is the carrot group where it's like whatever it is that you're wanting kind of seems very much or just out of reach. Like it's not like you're not quite able to get to that carrot. Like whether the carrot is a relationship that's going to be fulfilling. Some of you maybe wanting to get married or wanting to have a boyfriend or girlfriend, or like it could be like also like for whatever reason career wise, like maybe you're trying to get, you know, into like a management position or like get to the next level in your career in some way, and it's like that's kind of like out of reach. This year to me, for you, what your life is going to look like, to me it feels like you're going to need to work on not being disappointed, because I feel like you could get a year from now and feel really disappointed in the things that you have going in your life. So those of you who have a career that's going really well, you just don't have love, this is where you're going to need to focus more on your love life. For those of you who, you know, are in a happy, healthy partnership, but career, maybe you're looking for a job, and you've been looking for a job, to me, you're going to have to apply to more jobs or apply yourself in a different way to get the outcome that you want. To me, the whole thing about the carrot is realizing that we have already everything inside of us all at once. So there's a quote about the rose. I forget who, I don't know who the name of the person who wrote it, but it was like, the quote is something like, a rose is a rose from the time it's a seed and to the time it blooms and dies. So we have within us all of the potential of that rose. We're very much like that. Like we have the seed of potential from the time we're a baby to reaching our full potential in adulthood. And then even up until the time we die, we still have all of that potential. So I feel like some of you have a potential to reach for things, but for whatever reason, it's like this year might feel kind of a slippery slope, or kind of feel like you have obstacles in your way to reaching whatever it is that you're wanting. Like for me, my 40th year was just, I reached for something and I couldn't get it. I got rejected. I reached again for something and I got rejected again. I, really tried my very best, and it was just like, I was trying very much to keep my shit together, but also I couldn't quite get to what I wanted or have the things that I wanted during that year. So this year, for those of you who are watching for group 3, might seem like it's a challenging time. This might be a very challenging time for some of you. And some of you it might be just your perspective where you're like, You don't see the blessings that you have, because sometimes we don't, So some of you might not see it. It's going to require a lot of strength, personal strength. And this year, a year from now are going to be 10 times stronger than you are at this time that you're watching. You're going to be really, really, really strong. You're going to be able to withstand things. Now, you might not be happy with the way things are going, but you're going to be able to get through whatever it is that you need to get through. So let's just say you're facing a time where you're not feeling the best. Your health is not the best. You're going to get through it. Maybe you're feeling like kind of just lost in life, and you're really, confused about like the direction. You're going to find your way. If you're working on getting over a relationship, you're going to get past that relationship and get over the relationship. Any kind of career setbacks where it's like you're, putting in a lot of time, blood, sweat, and tears, it's going to pay off. That's what I want to say. If a year's time passes, and you're not where you want to be, you're going to have that much more like firepower to get what it is that you want. But the trick is not to feel defeated. The trick is not to feel like you're never going to get there. And the trick is to get off the roller coaster ride of whatever relationship that you're in that's no longer doing it for you. Get off the roller coaster ride of doing the same thing over and over again, breaking patterns, breaking belief systems, breaking bad habits. That's what this year for you, Group 3, is really going to be about. I want to end this here. Thank you guys so much for watching, subscribing, and being amazing followers and fans. I send everyone big hugs, big kisses, and I will talk to you guys again soon. If you'd like to get a private reading, please visit my website, oracledaphne.com. Wish you guys all the best, and have the best year. All right, take care. Bye.